Understanding depression, causes, effects, and solutions. Introduction. Depression is one of the most common mental health disorders globally, affecting over 218 million people. According to the World Health Organization, it goes beyond feelings of sadness. It's a serious condition that it impacts how individuals think, feel, and functions daily. During this presentation, we'll explore the causes of depression, its effects on individuals and society, and possible solutions to address it. And now, what is depression? Depression is a mental health disorder characterized by persistent feelings or sadness, loss of interest in activities, and lack of energy. It can interfere with work, school, relationships, and even basic daily tasks. One like occasionally sadness, depression lasts for weeks, months, or even years, and often requires professional intervention. Causes of depression. Number one, biological factors. An imbalance in brain chemicals such as serotonin or dopamine can contribute to depression. Genetics also play a role. Individuals with a family history and depression are more likely of experience it. Number two, psychological and thinkers. Emotional thinkers. Trauma, such as about or the loss of a loved one, can trigger depressive episodes. Chronic stress for financial problems or toxic relationships can also lead to depression. Number three, social and environmental influence. Social insulation and lack of support networks are significant contributions. Events like the COVID 19 pandemic have increased global risks of depression due to prolonged isolation and uncertainty. Effects of depression on individuals. Depression can lead to difficulty concentrating, memory issues, and psychical symptoms like fatigue and heart size. If untreated, it may result in self-harm or suicidal thoughts, which claim approximately are more lives annually worldwide. On society, depression costs the global economic over $1 trillion annually in lost productivity. It places as burden on healthcare systems as individuals with undertale. Depression are more likely to develop chronic illness. Solutions and coping strategies. Professional help therapy such as cognitive behavioral therapy helps individuals identify and change negative thought patterns. Medications like antidepressants can regulate brain uh, chemistry when prescribed appropriately. Self care practice. Regular exercise and healthy diet and adequate sleep can improve mental health. Mindfulness and meditation help reduce stress and promote emotional balance. Community and support. Building strong support networks is essential. Talking to trusted friends or family members can make a significant difference. Social champions can reduce stigma. and encourage people to seek help. Conclusion: depression is a complex issue, but is treatable by understanding these causes, recognizing these effects, and implementing strategies for recovery. Individuals and societies can work together to create a healthy future. If you are someone you know is struggling, don't hesitate to reach out for help. Together, we can break the stigma and support mental health for all.
Impact of social isolation on mental health. You know, the impact of social isolation on mental health during the pandemic is a topic that deserves a lot of attention. It's incredible how quickly our daily routines and social habits were disrupted. Suddenly, the activities and interaction that seemed so ordinary, grabbing coffee with a friend, attending family gatherings, or even a casual conversation at work, became almost impossible. For many, this abrupt change led to a feeling of loneliness and disconnection. Humans are inherently social beings, and we rely on connection with others for emotional support and a sense of belonging. Without those interactions, a lot of people feel like they were at orphaned, strongly in the maintain a sense of normalcy. One of the major consequences of isolation was an increase in anxiety and depressions. People began to worry about things they never thought about before: how long the isolation will last, whether they or their loved ones will get sick, or if life will ever go back to what it was. And for those already dealing with mental health change, the situation often worsens. I think about the specific change faced by different groups. Take older adults, for example. Many were already at risk of social isolation before the pandemic. For them, losing in-person visits or activities meant a greater sense of loneliness, and in some cases, cognitive decline accelerated without regular social stimulation. On the other hand, children and teenagers face a completely different set of issues. School closures and the lack of interaction with peers affect their developmental of emotional well-being in profound ways. Then there were people living alone. For them, isolation took on a new intensity. Without anyone to share their space or experience with, the days began to blur together. The absence of even small casual interactions like greeting a neighbor or chatting with a cliche made everything feel monotonous and overwhelming. Of course, technology helped to bridge some of the gaps. Video calls, social media, and virtual events became lifelines for maintaining relationships, but let's be honest, digital communication isn't the same. There's a lack of physical presence, body language, and even the shared silence that happens naturally in person. Many people found it exhausting to rely solely on screens for connection. What's interesting is how the effects of isolation didn't just disappear when restrictions were lifted. For some, the social skills they once took for granted feel rusty. Re-entering the goal brought new anxieties like adjusting to crowds or rebuilding relationships that had faded over time. I think this experience has taught us a lot about the importance of social connections. It's clear that being social isolation doesn't just affect mental health. It impacts psychical health too, increasing risks for conditions like heart disease or weakened immune systems. Moving forward, I hope we focus more in fostering community and making mental health research accessible to those who be affected the most. Ultimate social isolation was more than just a temporary challenge. It was a wake up call about how much we need each other, not just to survive, to thrive. I think this experience has taught us a lot about the importance of social connections. It's clear that being social isolate doesn't just affect mental health. It impacts psychical health to increasing risks for conditions like heart disease or weakened immune systems. Moving forward, I hope we focus more on fostering community and making mental health research accessible that those who've been affected the most. As we reflect on the lesson learned, it's crucial to develop systems that prioritize mental health in time of crisis. This includes creating networks of support, promoting open communication about emotional struggles, and ensuring that everyone, re- regardless of age or circumstance, has access the help they need. Only by addressing these needs can we build a social team more resilient to future challenges.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Today we will discuss crucial topic: the impact of COVID on the anxiety pandemic. COVID was not only a health crisis but also a significant trigger for mental health issues. One of the most affected disorders was anxiety, was raised dramatically in the crisis during and after the pandemic and definition of the anxiety and prevalence context. Anxiety is the body's natural response to successful situation, but it becomes problematic when persistent and affecting daily life. Before COVID, it was already a common disorder, but the pandemic intensified risk factors and triggering factors during the pandemic. 1. Understand and fear the infection. Lack of the clear information and the rapid spread of the virus create a constant state of alarm. Number two, social isolation. Creating and social distress limiting human interaction, especially affecting vulnerable groups such as the elderly and together. Number three, economic instability. Job loss and financial insecurity added a significant emotional burden. And number four, information overload. Constant exposure to alarm, new and misinformation increase feelings of vulnerability. Psychosocial impact and figures. Number one, according to the WHO, anxiety disorder increased by 25 during the first year of the pandemic. Point number two, the most affected groups were women, young people, and those with persistent health issues. Common synoptions pregnancy. Number one, excessive worry. Number two, sleep problems. Number three, difficulty concentrating. Number four, palpitation and muscular tension. Uh, Long-term consequences. Number one, increases by psychology and psychiatric consultation. Great use of anxiolytics and antidepressants and impact of the academic and work performance. Management and prevention strategies. Mental health promotion awareness campaign on the importance of swimming in professional health, psychological support, quality of the helpings and the psychology service, and healthy habits, relaxed state, meditation, and daily routines. Lesson learned. Mental health shows a priority in the health crisis and the needs for public politics to ensure access to psychological support restores. Finally, conclusion, COVID exposed the fragility of mental health in the society. It is crucial to continue discussing these topics and promote access to tools for managing anxiety. Together we can create a more pandemic and prepared society. Here are some examples related to the theme discussed in the presentation. Personal testimony example. During the pandemic, I found myself constantly worrying about the health of my loved ones. The understanding made of the difficulty to sleep and often feels this to get the day. And number two, static example. A study conducted by the World Health Organization revealed that anxiety disorder increased by 25 globally during the first years of the pandemic. And number three, a situational example, imagine a young college student studying, forcing into remote learning, unable to meet friends, studying with the fear of losing scholarships due to declining academic performance. I contributed to hating anxiety. And number four, prevent missionary example. Implementing mindfulness session in school and workplace has been shown to reduce the stress levels, helping individuals manage anxiety more effectively during the pandemic. And number five, long-term impact example. The intensive use telepathic sensitivity during COVID has opened the door for more accessible mental health care opinions more moving forward. Well, finally, the text has been expanded successfully with addition points about long-term consequences, managing strategies, and future communities. Let me know if you need further adjustments. And thanks for attention and thank you for uh, attention. Y para terminar, una frase de acuerdo al tema que viene siendo esta. Curiosity, mental health is essential to building a resilient and compassionate society. Nos lleva a buscar una ayuda en las personas que tenemos cerca para pasar estos momentos difíciles como en el COVID-19. And thank you.